Hi, guys. I'll just give you guys a minute to get in. I know that we did have one question over at Hypsee, and I know that we have PL as well, which I will do yours private because you did request that I do yours private. So what I'll do is I'll send a private recorded reading to you. So when I respond by email, it'll be an unlisted link that you can click on. All right, so let me go ahead and get into Dree G's question. Okay, so first of all, Dree, thank you so much for checking me out over at Hypsee and allowing me to read the energies. I know you're curious to see what's happening here between you and your person. So I'm going to read the question really quickly here because right off the bat, I was like, oh, okay, I'll tell you the vibe I was picking up on. Okay, so I'm going to read you guys the question and then I don't know, maybe you guys tuning in or listening in might find some insight in this as well. Or you might have been under just similar circumstances with your person. Okay. So it says, why did he not respond back to my message, but is still interacting with my social media? Okay. So that's the question for Dree. I hope you're here, Dree. Let me know in the comments. Hey, Jazelle. Hi, Sabina. What's up, Athena? Schmaggy. Hi, Schmaggy. Can we ask a question on here? You can actually ask a question over at Hypsee. Let me see if I can plug in the link there for you guys. So if you click that, it takes you over to Hypsee, and then you can ask your question. It'll actually pop up there for me to see it. And if you do prefer it to be in a private setting, you can still book it, but just let me know in the comments that you don't want it to be, aired out in a sense. Hi, sweetheart. Hello. You're being so patient for your dinner time, huh? Yeah, you waiting on Ariel? Usually she gets up, but Ariel's like, nah, I'm still napping. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get back to the questions. Actually, first, let me finish saying hi to everybody. Hey, Petra, I see you in there, okay? So I am definitely going to make sure that I do that all in private for you. Uh-oh, Beth, are you having issues? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Oh, don't worry about it at all, Beth. I'll send you a private message over in our membership section, and then you can ask your question there, and we'll chit-chat. Does that sound good, Beth? I will find one of your messages or comments in membership, and we'll chit-chat there back and forth. Okay, so hello, Moop. We've got Intense Lyric. Hey, Catherine. Hello, Liza. Meg is here. Where's Simba at, Liza? All right, guys. Okay, so let me get into this question here. Okay, so honestly, guys, the question here for Dree is, why did he not respond back to my message, but is still interacting with my profile? And Dree, if you're listening in, right off the bat, what I'm getting is this person is testing your waters to see if you're gonna chase. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna ignore the message, but I'm gonna let you know that I'm here and I'm gonna anticipate your next move. So just what my intuition is telling me is be 10 steps ahead of this person. And what I would do is start, kind of taking a few steps back in terms of sending messages to this person or reaching out to them. I wouldn't send any more messages, and I would do what they're doing, and I would get into that observer mode. Okay, I'm going to pull a card here and I'm going to see what guidance wants to come out for you. First of all, what do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this person? Okay, so contracts, career, commitments, and it also has remember and awakening. Okay, so I think the remember is coming from a message from the universe to say to be 10 steps ahead of this person, because this is going to get you caught up in some kind of contract, some type of commitment or cycle where they're going to kind of do this back and forth thing, right? I'm going to give you a little bit and then I'm going to pull back. So your role is to be 10 steps ahead and say, I'm not going to get involved with this. What are your expectations here, Dree? What do you expect out of people? If I send you a message, yeah, I would expect that you would respond back to me. It's common courtesy. What they're trying to get you to do now is send that next message. Oh, hey, I noticed you didn't respond back to me. So that's going to be the beginning cycle of putting you in that chaser mode. So don't do it, okay? Because that's what I feel like they're trying to get you into, or maybe testing the cycle, testing to see if they can get you in that cycle, testing your boundaries. Let them know right off the bat you're a straight shooter. What's your best course of action here? Okay. Yeah. Close out that cycle one time. Okay. Put a change to it or put a stop to it. Let that be done right there and then. Okay. Because that's what I feel like they're trying to do, a confirmation that they're trying to wrap you up in some kind of runner or chaser dynamic. Let them know, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you, ma'am. Like, I'm not interested in doing that. You're the high priestess. You're the empress. Okay. You already know what it is they're trying to give you. Because for me, like, common sense would kind of creep up or kind of like hit me. And I know that you probably intuitively feel that as well, right? Like that common sense right there, or that, not common sense, what am I trying to say? Common decency, right? I think the majority of people would find it like hella rude or hella game playing if you're gonna like not respond to the message. And sometimes too, like, I'm not saying like, sometimes maybe you might send someone a message and they might be like, you know what, this is a lot right now. I don't know if I can respond to this, but at least come out and say that, right? So this could be something that is kind of leading you to also speak up and speak your boundaries. It's also really setting you apart from, are you going to be somebody that this person is going to now intertwine in their game playing, or are you going to set them straight right from the get-go? Okay, because that's what I feel is maybe happening here. They're trying to test your boundaries. You're going to put a quick dead to that. You're going to dead that right there. Okay, so I really hope that helps and gives you insight as to why it is they may be doing that. Don't fall into the loop of being like, hey, you're going to respond back. Don't do it. Okay, left that right there. Leave it alone. And I would maybe get into the habit of again, taking 10 steps back from this person and just kind of getting into that observer role again. Okay, let's see what their next move is going to be. Okay, so I really hope that helps, Dree. I know we do have Petra's question, which I will get to privately here. So again, guys, if you do have any questions, please do head out over to Hypsee, and let me see what you guys are saying over in the comments as well. Okay, so let's see if I can just give some general guidance as well here. Where did you get Mega's bed? I got it at the dollar store, actually, Liza. It's actually meant for pet storage, but I tucked it with blankets, a bunch of blankets in there, and she loves it because you know how they love boxes, right? Like, I feel like before, when it was just like an open bed, she wouldn't have anywhere to kind of hide or like tuck herself into. So yeah, just check out the dollar store. I feel like the Dollaramas here, they're pretty live, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I sometimes I go in the Dollarama and I'm like, oh my god, like, you guys have literally everything. I mean, maybe not the best quality, but shit. Sometimes you can find some good stuff. Athena wants to know about Gary. Is he thinking a lot about me? Honestly, Athena, I would say that you probably already know the answer to that question if you can feel the energy coming through, or if you're more fixated on them than normal, or the cycle kind of renews itself in a way where, okay, why is this person on my mind? I may be dreaming of them. I may be seeing their name everywhere. So that's your confirmation there of knowing as to whether or not someone is thinking about you. Literally, their name or their essence or the feeling of them is just kind of blasted for you. And sometimes too, like, that's a confirmation for me also when, like, I'm on this whole twin flame journey. If I can feel my masculine's energy around me really strongly, I tend not to worry too much, because I know like that spiritual connection is there and things are kind of just working itself out. So yeah, give me a second, guys. Let me head over to my live streams here. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete that one for Dree. I hope that helped a lot, guys. Next up, we do have Vanessa, who came to visit. Vanessa, thank you so much for coming out and supporting me. Do I have a twin flame? And is that why I can't move on despite how much I try? So whenever somebody asks me, like, do I have a twin flame? I feel like I can't answer that for you. It's going to be something that you're going to be shown, and you're going to be able to answer it yourself based off of experience. Okay. Now, I can tell you that from my experience, the word itself, twin flame, or just the experience or the feeling itself, it seems very, very familiar. Okay. And it will lead you to the right places to find support, or to kind of start finding your soul tribe, or most importantly, I would say, Vanessa, is to understand what it is you're going through, and to start breaking it down. Okay. On the twin flame journey, the most important thing I can tell you is, or that soon you will see, is that oftentimes it's usually not about your counterpart, it's about you. So the reason as to why it is you can't get over them despite how much you try is you're not supposed to get over the experience. Okay. For me, at least, I saw, and I was trying to do that. It's like sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm just going to forget about this. I'm going to stop thinking about them. You know what? I'll delete myself from social media. I'll stay away. But it's not like a light switch. You can't just turn it off. It's like you can avoid social media. You can avoid seeing them. You can avoid um, trying to think about them as much as you can. But what you can avoid is the energy that is felt. Okay. So what I would recommend doing in order to help bring yourself some inner peace is to ask for clarity. Say to the universe, like, I don't want to ask any readers, I don't want to ask anybody's opinion as to whether or not this is my twin flame. I want this to come from the universe. And that's what I had to do. Like, as much as some of the readers that I was watching at the time were so accurate, or some of the readings I would be like, oh my god, like, yes, like, how do they know this? Or what I started understanding was, in order to find out the truth, I had to start connecting with source. I had to start letting that connection be between me and source, and I wanted the universe to show me. I was adamant on having it be shown to me by the universe. So I feel like how you'll know you're on a twin flame journey, or how you'll know this person is destined to be your twin flame, is it kind of pushes you into ascension. It pushes you into wanting to, like, learn more about yourself, and why it is you start feeling so deeply and seeing things so deeply. That's why the intensity of the connection is unlike anything we've ever felt before, because it feels so magical. We're like, oh my god, like, Frag, heaven must exist if this is the intensity of love that I feel. And I think that that's what naturally sets us on that path. So I'm going to pull a card for you here, not on if this is your twin flame or not, but just guidance that the universe wants you to know about this experience so far, and to bring your heart and mind some peace about why it is you may not be able to get them off of your mind at this time. Okay. They could be heavily pulling on your energy as well, because I feel like if you're thinking about them a lot, you're meant to think about them a lot. The reason being is because you're meant to ask yourself, what is the significance of this? So universe, please bring Vanessa's heart and mind peace at this time, and more compassion, more understanding of the journey. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for you. Okay, so we have lack and doubt. So this might be that space that you're in, which is, I'm not sure, I'm sure, I don't know what's happening to me. Kind of racking your brain, trying to get them off of your mind, or trying to figure out why they're on your mind. Your energy could feel very, very heavy right now. So release it, breathe, and get into that place of acceptance. Okay, you could be feeling a lot of limitations, a lot of fears, because it's scary, because you don't know how to explain it. And I feel too like it's scary because you don't know if what you're experiencing is one-sided, right? You feel like you're the person that's going crazy here. I feel like most people who are in this place, the biggest thing you want to know is whether or not they feel the same way. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is to trust that. Why would this one particular person be on your mind? I remember in my experience too with my divine masculine, I started dreaming about him. I started just having the most unusual experiences, to the point where I was like, I had to reach out to the universe and I say, I want you to show me, like, if this is some experience that's meant to do something big or drastic in my life, then I want you to show me. So heighten your connection with source in order to get out of this fearful energy. Okay. I feel like after this reading, you'll kind of gain back more of your strength and start feeling a bit more empowered in your truth. Try not to feel the pressures of anything or anybody around you at this time. It's more of an acceptance, and it will be shown to you. So give yourself some peace, give yourself some empathy, give yourself some compassion. It's okay to feel in love. It's okay to not be able to stop thinking about this person. There's no need to try to stop what's happening. Stop and accept, and then you'll allow the messages of clarity to come in. Okay. And I know that that will happen for you, to bring your heart and mind some peace. Okay, Vanessa. So I do hope that helps and gives you clarity in some way. I really want to, again, thank you so much for connecting with me over at Hypsee here. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and we'll see who else is up here. Liza. Liza from day one. I love you, Liza. Please give Simba a big kiss on the head for me. It's Liza. Okay, so why didn't you respond when I shared with him that his mother is sabotaging him by calling me nonstop and hanging up on me 7 times? You already know 10 days ago. That's because I feel like he doesn't want to get into the confrontation over it. What my gut is telling me, Liza, is that this is a conversation that's happened so many times that it's like going in one ear and coming out the next. The reason I feel like he's avoiding it is because of an explosion or some kind of argument that he may be avoiding. Maybe to make things tense in the house. He doesn't want to make things tense in the house. Universe, please provide clarity to Liza on what she needs to know about G at this time. And why would Mama Dukes be doing that? Let's start there. Why is she so bothered, Liza? Okay, self-worth, expectations. You know what I get with this? Pulling away, right? Wanting to do your own thing. Seeing yourself more in a light of wanting to be independent. Okay? We've talked about this lots of times where it's like, me and you both know what the divine feminine energy does. And I've seen you, and, I know that we've talked about certain things in terms of certain experiences you're having and certain people that you're meeting and interactions that are coming through. And I feel like that's shaking up the tower again. Okay, is what I'm feeling. Let's see what this card's revealing. There you go. That's why. We've done so many readings together, Liza. Huh? Are you really, really surprised that we have the twin flame card coming out? And I mean, you always tell me on this journey, for you, it's so interesting. And I know many, many other people have that experience as well, where the mother is the karmic. The mothering energy is the karmic. They cannot let go. We've got a lot of divine masculines like that are terribly afraid to break away from expectations, what their family expects of them, what their family has planned out for them, right? It's a tough, tough lesson to go through. But, this is why she's picking up on it heavily, right? And I've talked about this, guys. I've talked about in the last few readings, the obsession that a lot of the karmic energies are feeling toward the divine feminine. It's because you are pulling the divine masculines with a lot of the detachment that many of you are experiencing now. And once you experience that detachment from them fully, and then Lies, I feel like in your case, I mean, you've really been doing incredible, amazing things, really just kind of showing up for yourself, putting yourself at the top of your priority list. I know that. I've seen it. And so the more you do that, the more G wants to do the same, right? In terms of looking at themselves in a different light, wanting to grow up, wanting to break away. That's causing that karmic desperation. Lots of people are experiencing it. I talked about you guys making the karmic's jaw drop in terms of calling them out by their names. Lots of them are hopping on the phone. A lot of them are using fake apps to generate like fake phone numbers to try to message you guys and see, where it is you're at. Maybe too, she might have been hoping that by seeing the number, you would have been like, George, like, is it you? Like, are you coming over fishing for information? I think I just shared this update in the last reading. I still think it's crazy to call you that many times, and kind of just hang up the phone. But the reason he hasn't addressed it is because he knows he's avoiding a huge blow up. But that karmic tower is waiting to happen because spark and renewal is like, as soon as that tower falls, it's like you can breathe again, more clarity to come. And I feel like that is maybe what she's most afraid of. But this energy can't be denied. It's like, I feel like everybody, like a majority of the collective is going through this energy or this cycle of realizing that, okay, karmic energies, you can cause delays. Yes. But, I feel like, but when the divine feminine chooses to distance from the delays, you don't let it get to you. You just, trust in divine timing, go ahead and do your own thing. And yeah, oftentimes a lot of the karmic stuff can't, it can't fall through. Like, it doesn't really have an effect, Many of us have learned this. It's like, oh, I just have to ignore the shit out of this for it to resolve, you know? But we'll chit chat more, Liz. I'll hit you up by email and we'll chit chat more about it. Thank you, love, so much for always supporting me. All right, guys, we're going to check in again with the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Kim, what's going on? Thank you. Oh, you're nervous. Don't be nervous at all, Kim. Okay, let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, I see you there. Okay, but first we've got to get to Iris. Hello, Iris. What is going on with my DM in his marriage? Ooh, I'm going to change up the deck. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to get messages from the Divine Masculine for you. Universe, please provide clarity for Iris and her connection. What is her Divine Masculine? First of all, I want her to know directly. I don't feel like this resonates with you because I don't have enough information about your connection. Universe, provide clarity for Iris. Okay, Iris, I'm very drawn to this card, okay? Only because I feel like someone is thinking about you just as much as you may be thinking about them right now, or maybe curious about them. Okay, I feel like someone stays right now because this marriage is bringing healing to them, Iris. Okay, something about working out family issues, but there's still a connection here to you. Like, I feel like I'm getting the energy of waiting for something to resolve. And what I want you to know, or what I'm feeling strongly, and I'm getting hot energy as well. And it could be about this nervous feeling here. Okay. But I'm getting us to like waiting around, or whether or not, like, I feel concerned. That's what I feel, as to whether or not you'll wait around. But the reason this person is in this marriage is because of healing. I don't know if they have children, but we do have the word parents that's coming out here as well. I don't know if it was in the last few readings or not, but I did share a message that came out of this deck as well that talked about like the relationship that you have with your ex bothers me, but I understand. So I don't know why that card is coming to my mind, but I do feel like someone stays out of, it's either healing or completing some kind of contract. But they think about you. Okay. There's something about you being on their mind at this time. And there's something also about forgiving their parents, or some kind of healing. Maybe someone's afraid of divorce. Maybe they saw their parents go through divorce. But nonetheless, your energy keeps popping up. So I feel like maybe in this lifetime, this could be something that this person has to address. You know, and a lot of the times, guys, like, many of us don't want this. And I feel like what I'm getting from your situation, Iris, is that like two people are in love and two people are nervous about each other or curious about one another, but it's like this marriage in the way that prevents two people from coming together. But I feel like that kind of nervous energy comes from, I'm so deadly afraid to disrupt this because of what I maybe saw my parents go through. Okay. But I feel like regardless of that, the connection that you two share is something that consistently comes up for this person. And I mean, not to say, Iris, is that you're causing this person to think about divorce or anything like that. It's just, I feel like it's just something in this lifetime that, yeah, it's just something in this lifetime that you two are meant to deal with. Your energy is always going to be there. I don't know if they have said hello. I don't know if you want to say hello. I don't know if you feel like you're waiting around, or you're maybe waiting to see what kind of change there is, or if anything's going on. But the energy that I'm getting is someone thinks about you. There's a lot of nervous energy about this because their soulmate came in after they got married. And I think that that's maybe how you're maybe feeling as well. Why do you feel soulmate energy with this person and they're married? And then the way that they think about you is, why did I encounter my soulmate after I got married? Okay, so I feel like It's almost like embarking on this journey of authenticity, truth. Okay. So if there's no contact right now, hang on, Iris, my eyes just glanced over to the screen. Yeah, there are children. Yeah, because the thing is, like, I don't know, I'm getting that strongly. It's like you're afraid to like have your kids go through what you went through, but there's something about that being the lesson. I wrote him a letter finally telling him of my feelings, a huge release for me. Yeah, that's probably why this is coming up and I was getting all hot. Has he responded? Like, because I'm nervous about saying hello, but I want to, makes me feel like I saw him last week. We're both teachers at the same school. Oh my goodness, that must be so intense. Maybe I'm nervous about saying hello, but I want to, is like wanting to address what you said. Pay attention to the energy too and what that's like when you guys are in the same room and things like that, because that's going to tell you so much about what's going on. Like, I can't imagine being in the same space and like having to work with my twin. So kudos to you both for, I guess, having such strong souls for this journey. It is a bad marriage. Yeah, usually they are, right? Like usually it's meant to teach us about authenticity and to not be afraid of like contracts, right? Like um just so many fears around like staying tied to something, and then in comes your twin flame with all of this divine love, and it's like you're at a standstill, you know? But let's get an outcome card here for you both. Yeah, I bet you feel more detached too, since you at least let him know how you feel. Like even on my own journey too, I was like, I'm gonna explode if I don't say something and tell this person how I feel. And again, it's that push to authenticity, right? Okay, let's see, Iris. Just one more card, universe, please. Okay, so we have higher self-activation, and that's probably why you're feeling lighter. So what I'm getting for you is to really just rest at this time and let divine timing do its thing. Because the thing that I'm feeling too, especially because you can sense that it may be a difficult marriage, is like I'm feeling peace for this person as well, or even something in the letter that you wrote might have been some kind of higher self activation. And what I mean by that is I mean, I don't know why I'm hearing this for you, Iris, but the way I see your connection with him, especially because of that school energy as well that I'm getting. And I don't know why I'm hearing this, but it's like to be loved by you, or how sweet it is to be loved by you. That's the energy that I'm getting from this person. Okay. I don't know what it is you expressed in the letter, or, you know, what the sentiments were, but that's what I'm getting. It's like right now is just time to, you know, rest and observe. You've done your part in terms of that release and letting them know how you feel. And now I feel like that energy is going to sit with them. Okay. So I hope that helps in some way. I really do feel like it's going to be a nice, exciting time for you now that that kind of the cat's out of the bag. It's like no more nervous, nerve-wracking energy. When you pull up in the parking lot, it's going to feel very free flowing. Okay. It was so special, the letter. Yeah, I bet it was. Good for you. Good on you. Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and get to Jazelle Bonilla. First off, Jazelle, thank you so much for supporting me over here on Hypsee. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for coming out. Let's go ahead and find out what Jazelle wants to know. I'm starting a relationship with someone that is in the process of a divorce. He seems invested, but at the same time, he's going through the emotional roller coaster of the separation. Will this work out? Will he be ready anytime soon? So speaking from experience with somebody who has gone through the process of separation and things like that, you know, on this whole twin flame journey, I can honestly tell you that when we start going through the process of like divorce and separation and all of these things, that in itself can feel like a roller coaster, because we have to remember that at the same time, we're human. In my own experience, I can't tell you the amount of push and pull that I had. And I just want to be honest with you and be transparent with you here, Jazelle, because it's human nature, okay, that when you go through the separation process, and I'm not sure if there's kids involved as well, because I can also um, like share from that experience as well, that when I went through that, it was this, okay, it was okay, we're gonna go through it, okay, so we're going through it, separating, okay, good, we've made up our mind. Then you go to bed at night and you're like, what the hell am I doing? What about the house and the kids and the routine and the money and the assets and all of these things? And it's just human nature for that stuff to hit you. And I've gone through it where I've changed my mind. Okay, I've changed my mind. And my son's father, okay, he changed his mind. Let's go ahead and forget about the whole thing. Of course, my divine masculine triggered as hell out the picture. What the hell, right? Even me, like, I was like, what am I doing? This whole back and forth, back and forth. So I would say if you're prepared for that and you're prepared for the back and forth, then, by all means, there's no judgment. You're a grown ass woman. You could make your own decisions. You could do what you want. But I feel like if you're not prepared for that and you're like, is this going to be a roller coaster? Because I know myself, and if it's going to push and pull and I'm going to get triggered, then I don't want to do it. Then, it's kind of that decision that you're going to have to make. I would say become extremely grounded and mature in knowing that it's a shaky process. Like when people get divorced, you can change your mind in an instant. All of a sudden, you realize that it's like, wait a second, it's not about me. It's about the kids. Let me stay. Let me do what I need to do for the kids. It's like it sends you into such an emotional kind of whirlwind. Like, support is going to be really, really important as well. And keeping himself grounded, giving him lots of space to be able to process and to deal, I think is essentially the best thing. Kind of I always say, when there's that kind of triangle effect, and again, I'm speaking from experience, you're always going to need that time to heal, unless you're with them and they've gone through this process and that you're there to just support without judgment. Of course, you're human, you may get triggered, but at the end of the day, you can endure. Then I'm hearing, by all means, let it be open. But let's go ahead and get some messages in terms of like your best course of action here. First of all, what do you need to know about the connection? Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so we have Jazelle, we have reunion, and we have soul ties as well. Okay, I feel like this is two energies. I feel like it's exactly everything that I just channeled in terms of the advice that I'm giving you. The main message I'm getting here from Spirit is like understanding and learning to be supportive. And it's really going to have to kind of like broaden your perspective here on just human nature. Like if you can have compassion and know that divorce and separation in itself, especially if there are kids involved, it's messy and it's hurtful and it's painful. If you can call in the highest good and even start practicing like your reaction to things, and it's like even wishing his wife well, like if they have kids, like let this divorce or separation be in the highest good for everyone. Like in my situation, like it was messy, it was scary, I never ever thought that I would get married to end up separating and go through that whole process. It was it was hard, it was so hard, but I think one of the most amazing things that came out of it was the relationship that I have with my son's father. Like it triggers a lot of people to see us co-parent the way that we do, so if you can, and I always had this vision for myself, like even when I was going through the bitterness and the darkness and the depths of hell, having to dismantle my beautiful little family, I only had one child. You know, I kept praying so goddamn hard for everything to work out in its highest good. And it's like, now that I look back, I can finally have clarity on like why all of that happened the way that it did. And it's because, I mean, we set an example in our community, when people see us showing up together, all the time, everywhere. It's incredible. Like, people think that we should be like, cats and dogs hating each other, but it's like, it confuses people. So the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because I'm getting a lot of harmony for you in this connection. But I feel like maybe this reading came through for you to not have that perspective, right? It says here, he seems invested, but at the same time, he's going through an emotional roller coaster. So will this work out? I feel like keeping a really kind of hard. I don't want to say hard, but what I'm trying to say is like solid. Okay, keep a solid, the bigger picture. Keep the bigger picture as something that's like a solid thought in your mind. What is the bigger picture? Can I practice compassion? Someone is going through an emotionally, gut-wrenching experience. Am I able to be supportive and separate my emotions? And if conflict does come up, or if triggers do come up, how am I going to react? Am I going to be jealous? Am I going to feel lower vibrational? If a trigger comes up that does make me feel lower vibrational, how am I going to handle that? Am I going to show up as the worst version of myself, or am I going to use these triggers to heal and show up as a supportive version of myself, a healed version of myself? Because this card here, it tells me that I feel like love trumps all. This connection between you two is something that can't be denied, but at the same time, they may have a soul tie to somebody else that doesn't necessarily need to fall apart in a way that's not amicable. Wish for everything to fall into place in a way that's amicable. It's peaceful, so that way you don't have cycles following you into the next lifetime as well. Okay, so I really do hope that helps, Jazelle. So let me get to Kim, what did you say earlier? All right, Jazelle, thank you so very much for supporting me, guys. I really do appreciate you guys. So many of you showed up on Hypsee. I'm so happy to see that. Okay, so sorry, I just want to scroll up. Okay, yes, Kim was saying how she was nervous. Okay, and I was telling you not to be nervous. Okay, so let me just clear out the energy, guys. I feel like I've been going at it for a while. Let me just take a deep breath here. Universe, please bring in clarity for the collective. Can I get a little cuddle from you? Huh? Is it okay? Scratch from you? Yeah? Okay, thank you. Okay, Kim. Okay, so going through a breakup with Kevin, it's really hard for me, but I had to stand on business. I would like to know what he's feeling. The energy for me deep down. He's been stubborn to step up, so I fell back. Okay, so going through a breakup. So, right off the bat, what I'm getting is like somebody with pride. Okay, stubborn. I know what that's like to be stubborn, only because I'm an earth sign too. And I feel like the best thing that you can do is when you do stand on business, it's really a test of your boundaries and how sure you are of yourself. And also too, what I'm getting to also let you know, Kim, is like when we stand on business, also too, like with me being, in the divine feminine energy, with me being a woman, I know that one thing, like conflict and breakups and relationships, what that's taught me is like how I carry myself. Okay. So I don't know why that's coming up for me to tell you, but I just feel like it could be just one of those lessons for you too that's going to be learned. I feel like when communication ends up occurring, it's going to be lessons around communication and how it is you two maybe communicate with one another. Okay. But let's go ahead and first of all find out what it is you're learning from this breakup. Let's start there. Okay, well, there you have it with the tower moment. Okay, so we definitely know some kind of separation is in order. Some kind of explosion happened. Maybe you had to be stern. Maybe you had to be assertive. But with the tower, I'm hearing it was necessary. Okay, so good on you for standing on business. This tells me it was necessary to do what you did. Okay. If you want to know how he feels, well, chemistry and passion. Maybe it was good that you needed to do this. Maybe standing up for yourself makes you more romantically attractive, or standing up for what you believe in, or loving on yourself enough to draw that boundary sets you apart and makes you sexy. Do more of that, Queen of Swords. You go on with your bad self, girl. You want with your bad self. Okay, so this was meant to happen here, Kim. Okay, it's all part of your purpose, and I feel like a part of the lesson in this experience as well. I feel like this tower fell because maybe it was a long time coming, and the energy that I'm getting in terms of like that stubbornness, it's more of like pride, which is like they maybe know you're right, which is why the chemistry and passion card is coming up. And maybe you had to do what you did in order for you to stop having that boundary stepped on or crossed. I'm getting whatever you did, whatever you said, it caused some kind of rebirth energy within you. Okay. So don't mind that it's a stalemate and they may be avoiding you right now. I feel like that is because it's caused some kind of rebirth or transformation. The rebirth is ideally death. Okay. So if you're looking for confirmation, make sure that you look at butterflies. Okay. Ask the universe, be like, let butterflies here show up for me if, this is something that was destined to happen and it's teaching me something for my highest good. Let me have peace of mind by butterflies showing up into my space. Okay. Into my reality. So rebirth in winter. So I do feel like give it time. It's going to be stalemate right now, but I do feel like you have positive cards here that are coming up to let you know that this is part of your purpose. Now you're going to be moving more in alignment with who you are. It's the worst to try to bite your tongue, especially in relationships. But I feel like it's really important for the divine feminines to speak up. And the thing is like, they say like, oh, the masculines lead. I don't believe that. I feel like the feminines lead. And you set the tone and the expectations, because the vibe I get from the divine masculines is really and truly like they're the builders and doers and they will do anything for you. But you got to set the tone and the foundation right, which is what I feel this tower moment. It was necessary for it to occur. Okay. I feel too, it was a long time coming for you to be able to stand up for yourself like this. But if you're wondering what the true energy behind what they're feeling, yeah, they may be avoiding you, but chemistry and passion will reignite itself once you stand on business. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, so I do hope that helps for you, Kim, and gives you the clarity and peace of mind that you need and that you're not nervous anymore. Kick your feet up, girl. Don't let this kind of energy creep in where you're like, oh God, like, should I not have said that? Like, no. For us divine feminines, we watch the way we speak, we're mindful, we're respectful, but at the same time, we still draw those lines. Okay. All right, guys. So I think we're yes, no, we do have PL, which I will get to because you wanted yours done privately. Okay, so I will go ahead and stop it there. And PL, I will see you again soon shortly in your private message. And guys, if in the future, if I do lives and you prefer that option as well, where you don't want me to kind of read it publicly, what I'll do is I'll stop the event and then I'll still see your question there. And I'll get to it after I stop the live reading. And then I'll do like a private little mini reading for you. And I'll send it to you via Hypsee. Hypsee will send you the email link. All right, guys. So thank you so much again for coming out and supporting me. I'm probably going to feed the cats. I got to do that. I got to feed them. Hi, Mama. Hi, big girl. You're so patient. Normally she'd be meowing away, but I think because I was like talking and doing the reading, she's all quiet. Big boss, you ready for dinner? They're so in sync. It's like if one's ready for dinner, the other's like, all right, let's go. So I'm probably going to feed them, and then I am going to tidy up my workspace area here, have a nice warm shower, and then do my last minute stuff for Halloween because I'm taking my kiddo to a Halloween party. He got invited by one of his little girlfriends at school. Not girlfriend, but a friend that's a girl. And she wanted him to be her special guest for their Halloween party at her taekwondo. So he's going to go there, and then we're going to take him trick-or-treating. And I will make sure and share updates for you guys on my costumes and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys are gonna have fun and you're having a good weekend. Let me check in with the comments here. It throws me off. Someone's talking about anxiety kicks in. Yeah, your kitty is so cute. Thanks, Sandy. She's such a sweetie. Hey, Jess. I'm so happy to be live and say hi to you guys. You're so welcome, Petra. I will be there shortly. I will see you soon. Liza, this was so much fun. I've got to do more. I've been meaning to like take you guys out with me in the car. And then every time I do it, I get so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, like, am I ready to like, go live and like show my face and stuff? Only because I don't know. I just feel weird. I don't know how people do it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next readings. Bye, everybody.